Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show, and a hello and a very warm welcome to Spotify from the Grassroots Weekender Show. Getting confused because we are now aiming for Spotify rather than SoundCloud, because I've under the impression now that Spotify will actually do the world of good for our podcasts. Get our youngsters on there as well. Obviously we're just learning, it's a learning curve to get used to the likes of Spotify, and we will get used to it eventually, and I'm hoping, and I'm really do hoping, this first recording to Spotify, not to DXTL TV from the touchlands, makes a massive difference to the podcast show and DXTL TV from the touchlands. And I know the youngsters are going to be made up with it. Young Dan and Jaden, they'll be over the moon that we are going on Spotify, and you can guarantee, bet your bottom dollar, that they come all spruced up with their t-shirts on. Yes, with the t-shirts on. DXTL REFspect Awareness Weekend. We are now going to announce it live. Yes, live on Spotify and also DXTL TV from the touchlands, that we have now had confirmation from the PGMOL and the Premier League about the REFspect Awareness Weekend 2025, and it is now being announced from myself, from Don't Cross the Line. And anyone who doesn't know, just a big welcome to the likes of our Spotify listeners, that Don't Cross the Line has been going since 2003 and bringing the communities together, yes, together, since 2003, which I've just said. Yes, bringing communities together. Now, DXTL TV, from the viewers, all the viewers know about us, and the audio and the recording to Spotify, we're just giving you an insight into the work that we do, and it's have a zero tolerance towards poor touchline behaviour, which is verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying. We do not want to see that. We want to keep in grassroots football, by the way, we want to keep our officials officiating, and we want to keep the children playing. So that is why the Don't Cross the Line campaign, REFspect campaign, promote good behaviour throughout grassroots football. So our national DXTL campaign, the awareness weekend, is going to be on the 12th of April onwards. When I say onwards, that's if we have Friday games, it could be the 11th if it's on Friday evening, Monday evening, so that'll be Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday. Yes, and what it means is the Premier League referees will be wearing our t-shirts in support of our grassroots referees, and I'll tell you the reason behind all the support on the grassroots referees that we are doing with the campaign. So what we're trying to do is make a difference within grassroots football, and we have been doing, because we do have football's governing bodies supporting us, and we can announce this very early actually. This is way before Christmas, which I am over the moon. Yes, I am really over the moon, because we don't normally get the early confirmation about the awareness weekend. It's normally after Christmas. It normally comes around about February, and we're all panicking then, trying to get our press release going, trying to get our banners going, trying to get the people behind us supporting us. And the people that we want supporting us is yourselves. Please, yourselves. Grassroots football, we need your support, because the reason we support the referees is because they are the targets at grassroots football, unfortunately. And what we mean by that is, if you're supporting a team and you're on one side, which really you should be on two sides of the game, but I know hubs are not allowing that, so parents are standing together, which is a little bit awkward in itself, because you overhear something and it kicks off on the sidelines, doesn't it? So anytime that we can possibly have it, we try and encourage opposition behaviour. What we mean is the opposite side of the lines, where one side is on one side and one side on the other, if that is at all possible. And it really does help believe me, it helps a million, because you overhear something, you hear a shout on the field of play, off the field of play, and you're all standing together, congregating, then it rubs off and there could be murder on the sidelines, unwanted behaviour, and the kids will witness this. And the kids will witness it whether you're opposite side or whether you're standing next to each other. And what we're trying to do is protect our referees, because as we said, they're the targets. We do not want to hear any verbal abuse or racist comments. We don't want to see any bullying, and we don't want to see any animosity towards our referees. We don't want to hear any racist comments. Please keep it all to yourselves. When you go and watch your child play, loads of encouragement. That's what we encourage, encouragement. It sounds mad, doesn't it? And I don't believe, and what we want to do with Don't Cross the Line, we want to pass the message on to the governing bodies who are doing a great job, and we've worked together with them since 2003, is no fair play, no pay, no play, no pay, yeah. No fair play, no play. How does that sound? That sounds great. And DXTL want to pronounce that and want to use that. I want to make sure that our REFspect campaign is the best ever for 2025. So we've got that on April the 12th, 2025, the awareness weekend, and we're looking forward to it. So if you lot can get behind us, and what I mean by our supporters and our new supporters, and try and support your referee, because without the referee, there is no game. We all know that, don't we? And what we mean by that as well, if you're a manager, coach, and you unfortunately are being asked to go and referee your own game because for some reason or other the referee hasn't turned up, it's the hardest thing in the world, especially if you're on your own. You're trying to pick a team, you're trying to put the subs out there, and you're trying to also officiate the game and be fair about it as well, impartial. And you know what, it really is hard, but you'll find yourself giving the opposition more decisions than you will your own, because you don't want to be put out in a position where everyone says, do you know what, you are absolutely biased. But it could happen because of your own team, and you are biased towards the away team or the opposition, and it happens, you feel guilty giving decisions. You don't want to look as if you support your own team, and that unfortunately does happen. I haven't seen a manager or heard a manager coming to me and saying to me, do you know what, that officiating the game of my own team was the hardest thing in my life, and I had to give all the decisions to ourselves. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You're very impartial, so that's what referees are as well, impartial. So it's not good having a shout and a scream at that referee. Not in a million years. You need to support the referee, you need to support each other, and make sure that when you go and watch your child playing football, it's all about encouragement, fair play, and sportspersonship. The reason I'm saying sportspersonship, because there's more mixed teams now with females, isn't there? Have a look at them, and you see them all, the young kids, all together. So how can you go sportsmanship? You're only going to get slated for it, we will. So we're trying to introduce sportspersonship. It makes a difference, and it encourages and it includes everyone there, doesn't it? And we need to include everyone when it comes to grassroots football, regardless of race. We need your support. We need everyone singing and banging the drum off the same song sheet and banging the same drum to make sure that we are all encouraging our child. And if you're a spectator, you're invited to come and watch someone's child, then you zip it, as they say. Make sure that you are out there supporting your team, your players, and just forget, excuse me, that the referee is there. Forget that the referee is there, and that makes it part and parcel of all the game, doesn't it? Because the referee can get on without any animosity whatsoever, putting their own decisions where they should, because they've taken their course, they've passed their course. We haven't, the majority of us haven't. And even if you have, and I've heard this, where referees are stood next to me on a sideline and saying, that was a pathetic decision that referees just give, and I've heard it. So what makes that referee so special? Are they stating, well look, you know, we didn't turn around and slate that referee? It's the referees sometimes themselves, you know. It is. How many of you know a referee who has stated that and run another referee down at grassroots football? So I've heard it many times over the years, and I have to laugh about it, because, you know, you're supposed to be supporting each other. If you're a referee, if you're not a referee, if you're a parent, whoever, if you're involved in grassroots football, let's hear your stories, let's hear your comments. What have you heard? What have you seen? And what have you done? And especially if you're being out there in fair play and you're supporting your official on that day, because that's what the REFspect programme is all about. And the awareness weekend is going to make a difference to the kids, to the referees, whether a young referee wearing the yellow armband, which is saying that they are under 18, which is great, or whether an experienced referee been doing it for 40 odd years, officiating games. And I know the experienced referees, there's many that are taught to, it just doesn't faze them. You know, they just get on with it, they've been in it for that many years, and they've picked the ball up and they've abandoned games and they've stopped games, they've just walked to the committee, and they get the reputation of, wow, don't mess around with this referee, because he'll just abandon the game, and the kids don't get a game either if any verbal abuse or animosity goes towards them. The young kids are very, very nervous, as we all know, and you have to, you know, we've got a book out here, and we've got a book, and hopefully you can purchase it. You've got loads of time before Christmas, and if you look at it, folks, we've advertised it many times on DXTL TV, on the YouTube from the touchlines, but look, Rookie Ref, Feeling the Football Fear. And it's great because it's got great illustrations in there, and obviously I wrote this, and Sharon Mather, it's not Sharon, that's the mum. Oh my God, Lauren Mather has done all the illustrations for me, as you can see, and we put the story together. Absolutely fantastic. It was Lauren's idea to get hold of me and say, you know, I think you should publicise your story to the kids, and you know, we can do this, and what it means to kids when they're playing football, what it means when they have a referee. Why shouldn't they have a go at the referee? Well, one instance, the referee never is on that pitch running the kids down, and we explain this to children on a pitch. How many times has that referee told you that that was a bad shot, that was a bad miss, that was a bad foul, that was, you know, and really put them down, and what a bad pass that you had? They don't do it. They don't do it. They get on and they blow the whistle, and some referees, majority of referees, will explain the situation and say the reason I give that was because, and that is a brilliant referee, talking to the kids and blowing the whistle and giving indications so the kids understand, and also the spectators understand. This is grassroots football that we're talking about. It really is good. Don't forget the Premier League referees talk to each other, don't they? They have the microphones, but they'll also talk to the players as well, and the players will talk to them. So it's exactly the same in grassroots football. The grassroots referees will turn around and the majority will talk to the kids and explain, but that whistle is most important. If you blow it loud enough, the kids understand. And we do get rookie referees who are very, very nervous, and the point we're getting across is, please, not just because they're rookie referees, every referee deserves respect. And yes, we all know respect goes both ways, it does. But when you've got a nervous referee, you'll push them into a poor decision where they will make a mistake, and then you can start slating them. You've got to take a back seat, because it's like talking to the kids and telling the kids, what are you doing passing that ball that way? That was ridiculous. Why don't you're coming off. That's wrong. You don't talk to kids like that. You'd encourage them. So why should you not encourage the referees, especially if they're the minors, under 18, wearing the yellow armband? That means they're still at school. It really does. So it's a safeguarding issue if you start from the sidelines bullying and verbally abusing that referee and showing aggressive behaviour. And we don't want the racist comments, as we say. And these t-shirts that are officials, the PGMOL, and that's the Premier Game match officials, limited if you want to know what the L is. They are wearing our t-shirts. They are the Premier League referees, and obviously you've got to have referees, haven't you, in Premier League. But the poem on the back of these states the fact, honestly, and I get inundated with referees asking me each year, can they have a t-shirt? We only get so many. We'd love to pass out every single referee across the country to wear the t-shirt to show what we're all about. It's REFspect, and the poem on the back, honestly, it's a brilliant poem. You'll have to, I'll show you it, I'll announce it as we get closer to the REFspect Awareness Weekend, but it's a powerful message, and we want the kids to understand it, and especially the spectators, the parents, the mums and dads, the aunties, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters. We want everyone to understand what we're trying to achieve in grassroots football, and that is REFspect on and off the field of play. We need you to take care of the referees as well as the children, because as we say, the children will get scared. You first and foremost are the role models, not your Premier League players. You as the family are the role models to those children. So if you start shouting towards a referee, having a go at them, the kids will think that's okay, because my brother, my sister, my mum, my dad, my auntie, my uncle, my granddad, my nan, which is very far and few between nans, you never see them, having a go at the referee. They think it's okay for them to have a go at the referee, but it's not. It's not. So we need your support, and honestly, all you Spotify listeners and watchers, please get in touch with us. mal@don'txtheline.com, DXTL TV from the from the touchlines. We get mixed up, we really, really do, and we just want everyone to understand what we're trying to achieve in grassroots football. And as I say, we've been bringing the communities together since 2003 and making a difference. And as we say again, we have all governing bodies supporting the work we do, including our local clubs, Liverpool and Everton. Every single year we put them there on X, which used to be Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, and also social media. They put the posts out on their websites as well and try to attract everyone. And you know what? They've had some poor decisions, these clubs, against them, but that happens. And we still have to insist that referees are impartial. We really do. And the majority of them, come on, they are. You need a referee at a game, because the game would just be destroyed if there was no official at your game. You've got to nod your head to it. You really have. And I saw the comment the other week on social media where I put a post out and it says, get a grip of these referees. I put a nice photograph out and tell them all to give the right decisions. That person straight away give themselves away, didn't they? Because you do not want that person on the sideline watching any of the children's games whatsoever. It can't happen. And that gives you an insight into probably someone who's very irate on the sidelines in grassroots football. We don't want it. We can't have it. We need your support. So if you're out and about tomorrow, out and about on Sunday, you know, weather, that's what we're looking for. I know grass pitches are in doubt already, and you've had a real lot of cancellations. Hopefully you'll get some games on. But if you are out and about, please make sure that you support your referee on and off the field of play. And by supporting the kids and encouraging the kids and saying nothing to the referee, job done. Job done. That's what grassroots is all about. The kids enjoying themselves and you going home with the kids and putting a smile on the kids' faces. Christmas is coming soon. That's what they're all looking forward to. Kids will not shout and scream after a game of football. They'll all forget about it and all want to run round and kick another ball over. You know, you've seen them. It's the parents, the mums and dads, the aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, who are there going on about the referee. Now, come on, if you're the manager, hold your hand up. How many times have you moaned about a referee costing you the game? Come on, REFspect on and off the field of play. Be good tomorrow, and make sure that you're encouraging not just the kids on the football pitch but also your referee, and give a pat on the back to all the committee members who are putting the games on for yourselves to have a great day with the kids. No committee, I suppose, no coaches, no managers, no referees, no game. So let's all bring ourselves together and make a difference on and off the field of play. Thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in and watching our first show on Spotify and our millionth show on DXTL TV from the touchlines. Hope you enjoyed it. From myself, Mal Lee, and DXTL REFspect campaign, Heart of Gold initiatives, which will tell you more about that in the future, and No Ref, No Game project. We'll be back again tomorrow around about 6 p.m. Tune in, listen, give us a like if you like the show, give us a share, and we'll be back tomorrow. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show. Put your feet up, relax, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night, God bless.